Hey guys, so we're back with another video. So we've got the SilverStone Strider Gold S series. So this is a one that's 650 watts and it's basically got 80 plus gold rating. So I usually go with EVGA power supplies, but in this case I wanted to try this power supply because it was at a much lower price, and I basically got 3 of them because I was using them to build a mining rig. So I had to use an add to PSU and get 2 of those, but I think it was still worth it to get a couple of these versus getting a 2000 watt power supply, because a 2000 watt power supply will cost much more, whereas this one was about $130 to $140. So that's an outlay of $390 to $420, whereas a 2000 watt power supply, if you go for the more premium stuff like EVGA or even just some of the more higher end ones like Corsair and something like that, they'd cost you at least much more, at least 600 or more. So and the issue as well is those ones don't actually come with, they might not come with enough ports for your graphics cards cables, so your PCI Express cables. So that was another reason why I got a couple of these, because they give you enough cables. So this one comes with 4 PCI Express cables, and it's very clear to tell which ports are actually the ones you plug your graphics cards PCI Express cables, because they're actually blue. And this one even has them plugged in as well to protect them too. Yeah, that's really convenient. So yeah, again, I was a bit apprehensive trying a new brand, especially something that's not EVGA. But I guess at the same time, like, yes, you could go with one power supply and it would be less messy, but it might not have enough PCI Express ports, and even then it might cost you more as well. So that's just something to consider too. For this one to link another 2 together, I had to get 2 more add to PSU adapters, but those are only like $10 each, so that's fine. And I guess you get the standard cables as well. This one comes with 100% modular cables, and it's a bit of a difference from EVGA because EVGA ones are sleeved. So these cables aren't sleeved. So that's really the difference, really. And I guess that's also the difference in price too. But otherwise, it's got a silent running 120mm fan, and it's got a class-leading single plus 12-volt rail. So just there, I believe that's the motherboard cable. It's still got like all those individual cables you can see, whereas if you get the more premium power supplies, they're usually sleeved, so it's much more neat. These are the PCI Express cables as well. And even then, with the PCI Express stuff, like, I wanted to make sure it came with enough cables, because for some reason, for me, I always thought, well, yes, I can see 4 VGA ports on the power supply, but I couldn't really tell from looking at the spec sheet of the power supply on some of the retailers' websites, like how many cables it actually came with. It was very confusing. So luckily, this one came with 4 graphics cards cables, and I guess in this case that's just really handy to have. Like, some also come with splitters. I don't think this one came with splitters, it just came with individual, but that's okay. Especially if you're powering like a more beefy NVIDIA 3080, you're gonna need at least 2 separate cables going into 2 ports in your power supply, because it does consume a lot of power. This one's, I think, SATA or Molex. No, Molex. Yeah, that's Molex. So just your peripherals and like fans, maybe fans. Yeah. And what else? So you've got a 124-pin motherboard connector. You've got 8 4-pin EPS ATX 12-volt connectors, so probably for accessories, I think. And then you've got 4 PCI Express connectors, and you've got 8 SATA connectors. You've got 6 peripheral connectors, and then you've got 2 floppy connectors. Now the problem that I have with like some of the spec sheets though is like the way that they put the numbers, like is it how many connectors there are or is it actually how many cables there are? So that's what I found confusing anyway, because you can see on this cable it has like multiple SATA cables on it. But luckily they included a photo as well of the amount of cables that you got, so that's really helpful too. But what else? I mean, it's just a solid power supply. Like I had it running for at least 3 months and no problems so far. I mean, warranty. I mean, if you're in Australia, then you usually have Australian consumer law. I got this one from Scorptech, and they have their own warranty policy. They usually say to go with the manufacturer warranty. So in this case, it will be 5 years limited warranty. But I just like being able to go back to a store and then letting them ship it to the manufacturer to sort it out. Because I've had some bad experiences in the past where I bought stuff that might have stuff that might break from interstate, and it just didn't really work out. So I'd recommend, if you're not very confident in this type of stuff, to buy it from a store nearby so you can at least go there to troubleshoot, because I've had to do that for one of the CPUs that I got that we had to kind of fix for that. But Scorptech in that case was really helpful and let us test everything in the store and even waive some of the fee for installing it too. So that was really good. So hopefully you found this video informative. I'll be rolling out with other videos too. But otherwise, yeah, just if you want to keep up with it, do consider subscribing. These items I all buy myself, so it's just really my unfiltered opinion. So these videos just help to probably save you guys time as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.